please email nh@barackobama.com or come to UNH Democrats meeting Mondays, 8 o'clock on the third floor. All right. So when it came time for Laura and I to figure out who would get to introduce Senator Obama, I was pulled and Steve lost. So long story short, we're both here tonight. We've spent the past 6 years fighting for change. We're an open and honest politics that debates instead of argues, that thinks instead of rubber stamps, and that cares about getting a policy right instead of partisan expediency. We're ready for change, we're ready for hope, and tonight, hope is here.
He returned to Chicago to work as a civil rights lawyer and constitutional law professor before winning a seat in the Illinois State Senate, where he served for 7 years. You all may remember his first role in the national spotlight. During his successful campaign for the U.S. Senate, he spoke at the 2004 Democratic National Convention. The message he shared that night struck the chord with America. And today he comes to us as the voice of a new generation in leadership. It is our esteemed privilege to introduce a man who is a true inspiration and now a candidate for President of the United States, Senator Barack Obama.
State legislators and local and municipal office holders who are here, thank you so much for taking the time. And most of all, thanks to all of you. This is an unbelievable turnout, and it is just one more example of why it is good to compete in the New Hampshire primary. Here in the man. I just noticed there's a little carpet there. This is pretty nice. when do we get this? How much did this cost? Yeah, that's all right. Speaking of which, I don't know what you guys did this weekend, but I announced that I was running for the presidency. could not stand. And we had 17,000 people show up in 10-degree weather. And it was a wonderful event. We went to Iowa, and I took my family, my wife, and my 2 daughters, mother-in-law, a couple of my nieces and nephews, and we went to Iowa. We went to Cedar Rapids. There were 2,000 people, and we went to Waterloo, and there were a couple of thousand people. We went to Ames, and there were 7,000 people there. Throughout the trip, my 2 daughters were terrifically behaved. They were 8 and 5, and they were playing with their cousins, after school programs for young people who needed a chance to go to college. On through my work as a civil rights lawyer, and a teacher of constitutional law, as a state legislator, and then in the United States Senate. I've always had this firm belief that ordinary people can do extraordinary things if they're given a chance, if they're given the opportunity to influence and impact their lives. That is the founding premise of our democracy. And so everything that I've done has always been not just to solve the issues, but also to create a process where people feel ownership. And today, I think more than ever, we need that spirit. Because we are confronting a set of challenges that will not just determine how well we do in the next 2 years or the next 5 years. We confront a set of decisions about the direction of our country that is going to determine where we go for the next generation, or 2 generations, or 3 generations. And you know what those problems are. Everybody here is familiar with them. We know that we've got a healthcare system that spends more money than any nation on earth, and yet we still have 46 million uninsured. We still have families who are lucky enough to have health insurance, who are seeing their co-payments and deductibles and premiums going up. Small business owners can't afford to provide health insurance to their workers. In some cases, they can't afford health insurance themselves. Large businesses are rendered uncompetitive because they have to go up against companies based in countries where healthcare is not borne by employers. So we know that is, if we continue on the trajectory we're on right now, not only are we going to be less healthy and families more bankrupt, but the federal government itself will not be able to pay all the enormous healthcare needs that we're going to need unless we reform them in a fundamental way. We know that we live